Hi, I'm Notyetdead and welcome back to Petervill. So it's rather wet morning. If you remember from the end of the last episode, we were waiting for some prices to improve, and some of them have unfortunately overnight started to go down, but the egg price just before bedtime, the egg price hit a high which fortunately is holding. Unfortunately the wool price also hit high and didn't, so which is a little bit annoying, but hey ho, there you go. So we might have to hold on to our wool a bit longer, but what I've done is I've got all the eggs. We've got a few other prices that have gone quite high too. So I think soybean price is pretty high. Corn obviously we can't sell, but yeah, so we might sell the soybeans as well after we've done this. But what I did, new mod came out this week. This, I'm going to get wet for a second, is the cage, and I thought actually that's quite cool. I've got all these loose egg pallets, and the only way I've done them before is using a big scoop, so a big bucket, but yeah, I thought I'd use that instead, because it means that I can tow the trailer as well, because if I use the big bucket on the front of the telehandler, I can't tow the trailer at the same time, which needless to say would have meant 2 trips and would have been a little bit annoying. So so yeah, I've got this. It was pretty cheap. It's a really good little mod. I like it. I may not have an awful lot of regular use for it. I did also buy another sorry, get out of the way. Whoa, steady on. I did also buy another of the auto load egg pallets, so that I've got one that's filling up while I take these. It's a bit dark. Should have had an extra night's sleep, really. Extra hour's sleep rather. Ooh, and actually, while we're on that, I don't know what time we'll leave it on. Oh, no, sorry. Don't know what time we'll leave it on today, but let's definitely, bear with me, I'm just having a problem getting this, there we go. I was just having a problem getting the stream up on my laptop so I can see the chat, just in case anyone joins. Wow, it's reet dark down here. Oh, it's working. There we go. Right. Whoa! What just happened? You idiot! You've managed to knock me off. What the heck? Well, now you'll have to wait, won't you? Because I've got to pick up my egg box and put it back. Ooh, that's really odd. So they're strapped in, but they've not. Oh, now we've got, oh, this is it. You see, this is what happens on Petervill. Just now and again, too much traffic. Luckily, the police are always on hand. Oh, so I can have to push them back in. Oh, that's alright then. That's not too bad. So actually then, if I leave that one quite... Where did that go? Ugh, loose egg boxes. They can be a real pain. If I rotate that one so it's a little bit flatter, which way? Well, you know what, it'll do. Right, and if I get back in, I think I might have just taken the turn too tight, but straps. That's why, okay. Straps off, straps on, fingers crossed, they'll now be alright. Whew. Just make sure I'm going to the right place. So the factory's got the best price. I think the factory's the only place we can sell eggs anyway. The one thing about I do like this map, I really, really do, but yeah, the fact there's only 1 sell point's a bit, but it is a great map. I do love it. There was already far too much traffic for this time of the morning, and it was totally unrealistic. Here we are. This is us. Make sure we take the turn nice and wide. And this one. I'll go around the back way and this way instead of trying to turn straight in through the gate. There we go. Wow, £36,000. Nice, and still a couple that are being a bit more. Actually, I suppose the easiest thing to do with that, probably this should work if I lower that down. Will that be enough just to get it in the... You can even tilt it, I hadn't realised that. Apparently not. No, okay. Fine. Manual unload of the last two. It is. Oh, these ones won't sell at all. That's a bit weird. Okay. Excellent. Spin the tractor out a minute. Oh no, switch the engine off. Lift that up. Right. I'll take them off completely. Will that do it? Maybe? Maybe it's sort of re-hit the trigger, perhaps? Somewhere? Nope. Oh. Oh, that's a bit weird. Tell you what we'll do. I'm going to put them to one side because we're going to come up here in a minute. I need to go and get a trailer of soybean. So we'll come back up. So let's do that. Hopefully it'll start to get a bit lighter soon. And looks like it might be raining for a wee while though, yet. It'll be a little bit tricky. It's the only thing about having this on the front. But it was very useful to do it that way. So yeah, maybe if we sell the soybean first and then try and resell the eggs, maybe that will work. There we go. Right. Should now be able to ask the police to remove the roadblock. Traffic should start flowing. We'll wait till we get back. This is still quite a tricky setup to be driving around narrow roads in the dark. Turn is, oopsie, yeah, missed the indicators completely. Best to be in cab, it's a bit wet out there. And we need to figure out what else we can do. Right, let's take this steady. Took a long line round, there we go, done. So as I talked about in the last episode, I've taken the fertilizer tanks off the trailer, obviously, because they're not on the trailer. And I'll just bring this up here. And then a bit later on I'll get the telehandler, we'll take the pallets off and put them back. I'm going to do this little cage. We've got space in the corner here? Yeah, that'll do. Just put that down there. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to use it for. Hey Ross, how you doing? Let's drop that down. May as well stick with the Massey Ferguson. Oh, of course that's going to be in the way now, isn't it? So I can't leave that there. It's getting a little congested round here. Looks like I need to move that hook lift trailer as well, the hook lift base rather. Spin this round. Out the way a minute, that didn't quite work, did it? Leave that there for now, because what we don't want to do is for this soybean price to start dropping. It's still stable at the moment, but we sure don't want to risk that. Shame about that, the wool price starting to drop again already. I hadn't even topped out before I went to bed. I woke up in the morning, it was already starting to drop. Right, I'm never going to try and reverse that, so let's spin it around in the yard and come back in. As I mentioned, I've serviced the baler, it just needs a wash now, but it's been repaired anyway, ready for next time. Probably need to do a bit of animal care, usually need to in the morning, but we'll get this done first. And we've got some oats to sell too actually. What's the oat price like? Actually that's not bad. 1,795. Just while I wait for that, we can remove the roadblock. Better cover it, given the weather. So I'll do a couple of these selling jobs quickly and then we'll see what needs doing. I've still got a couple of fields that need sowing. One of them needs slurrying. How are our crops doing actually? Oh, we've got weeds, haven't we? I'd forgotten about that. I set up the JCB with the weeder. So actually, before let's not risk that getting worse. I'll just jump through. And let's get it started on this field, because yeah, both these fields of crops need weeding. 26, 28, of course 27 we just harvested. 41 needs slurrying, 40 needs sowing, and then that'll be all good. But yeah, I needed to get these two weeded, I'd forgotten about that. Potatoes are still growing, but they're getting there. Right, sorry about that, I should have done that at the start. Oh, going the wrong way again. Right, back to it. So yeah, there might be a little bit of tidying up the weeding a bit later on when the JCB's done the bulk of it with a worker. And yeah, we could slurry, field 40, whichever one it was, 40 whatever. And of course the one we just harvested, 20, I'm not going to look at the map again. Just can't remember the field numbers on this map, I'm not sure why. Oh, of course you would go the same way as me, wouldn't you? Oh, fine. Yep, take that a bit wider this time. Let's not risk that again. A little bit slower up this hill. Heavy load. Wow, this is slowing down indeed. And does that cover actually look wet? Sort of does. I don't know if it's just a graphical thing, if it's supposed to do that. Anyway. Uh-oh. Roadblock. Well, you know what. At least we can do what they can't. As well as Pip, because they'll do that pretty readily. Ooh, it's getting a bit lighter. Sun's gradually starting to break through this rather heavy cloud. So yeah, we'll sell these and then we'll see if we can sell those eggs, and I wonder if this will reset the sell point. I don't know why there were 2 boxes that just wouldn't sell. We'll try it, fingers crossed. She's looking good. Oh wow, lovely, 72,000. Right, let's move that out of the way a second. Now then, can we sell these eggs? Please, come on eggs. I know you want to. No. It appears we just have 2 egg boxes that maybe are empty. They just don't want to go. Oh! Oh! Hey, nearly £1,000 a box. Is it just that there's a spot somewhere that... Ooh! That's not through the floor. Okay, we'll try that one again later. I'm just going to let it go just to see, but no, still not. Okay, fine. Well, oops. We got rid of one of them anyway. Look at that, nearly up at 200,000. Cool. Which reminds me, I was going to get a new cultivator. Why did I want a new cultivator? There was a specific reason why I was going to get a new cultivator. Technically I should do, right? Because I'm slurrying my fields and then cultivating them straight in using a direct seeder, which I really shouldn't do. Maybe that was why I was thinking I should get a new cultivator. Mind you, the one that I'd already slurried, by now the slurry will be well soaked in and this rain will have washed it all in nicely. So I don't need to worry about that one, but if I do anywhere I go straight from slurry and then immediately sow, I probably ought to cultivate first. We also talked about replacing the seeder. Oh yeah, sun's coming up. Nice. Hopefully there's a sign that the rain might stop as well. Oh, traffic. Well, I think 2 trips to sell point is probably enough for now. If that price holds, maybe we'll sell the oats later, but I'm not going to go now because that'll just get a bit dull. Let's go see how that weeder's doing. I'll bring the trailer through anyway. Actually, I think I needed to clean up the cows. Oh, and I've got some hay bales, of course, straw bales rather, to put away. I'm just going to leave this here, ready for later. Right, let's go find a telehandler. So we need to clean up here, don't we? Yeah, so there's our third egg crate, so that's doing alright. Only question is where I left it. Did I leave it in here? No. No, I left it. I left it around here. Hi, Kyle. So I missed your comment. Was it start from scratch? Yes and no. So what I'm doing with my sort of more realistic-ish series is I'm carrying over from one farm to another. So in terms of the farm setup, I can't remember whether I must have started as a new farmer, because otherwise I probably wouldn't have had all the buildings in the yard as is. To be honest, I don't remember. It certainly isn't start from scratch. I haven't done a start from scratch yet, to be fair. But yeah, so what I did, so this is a carry-on. So I was on Marwell Manor Farm before this, and then what I did was brought everything I'd got on Marwell, including the animals, and some of the vehicles, and some of the crops that I'd got left over when I finished on Marwell. In fact, actually crops-wise, I think it was just sugar beet. I had a stack of sugar beet. I think that was all I brought with me, and brought them in here. So a little bit, a sort of cheap setup if you like, but stuff that I'd legitimately earned on Marwell Manor. I just brought it all across, so I'm not constantly starting from the beginning. That's a rather long-winded way of saying no, not really, but sort of. I didn't start on New Farmer in a traditional sense, if you see what I mean. Let's do a bit of animal clean-up. So I'm not sure I'm using this bucket. It's not what I usually use for this. Get distracted. So how you doing, Kyle? You alright? If you did start from scratch, okay, the buildings. Yeah, I actually don't know how this map starts. So a lot of the maps, if you start from scratch, of course, you don't get the buildings. I don't know about this one, to be fair. I haven't looked into it. Whether if you start from scratch, you keep all the buildings or not. I would assume not, which is probably the reason why I did it as a new farmer. I do that a lot. A lot of these maps, they are. Oh, that's great. Thanks, Kyle. Yeah, a lot of these maps are. I just find, to be honest, I haven't looked on this map, but a lot of them, if you go on and you know, a lot of the modders, they put in their own buildings and all that sort of stuff, and I just think it's a bit too dark over here. I just think if you don't use their buildings, it just doesn't look. I mean, it's up to you, right? But a lot of these, you know, I like the map because actually the layout of the yard is really nice. The buildings in the yard are really nice and all that sort of thing. So some of them I'd prefer to start new farmer, but just start in a different way. Oh, you do? Oh, okay. Oh, so I could have done. I mean, to be honest, for what I did, it didn't make a lot of difference because I just sold everything that was here and sort of started again anyway and cheated money in just to get the setup the same as it was on Marwell. So it didn't make a lot of difference. But yeah, that's quite good. I like that. You know, some maps that's better that you don't, some maps it's better you do. And I think part of this map is, it looks pretty cool. All the buildings are really good. Just sits well. Yeah, it is a great map. It is. Though I've got a problem with eggs at the moment. I've got an egg box that won't sell, but apart from that, that's probably not necessarily a map issue, to be fair. And I'm doing fine, thanks, Kai. Yeah, I'm good. Sorry, that was another long-winded answer to your question. So that's all the animal areas cleaned up, so we can get this out the way. And let's go see how the JCB is doing with the reading. Could think about, actually no, that's the milk price. Could think about selling some milk. 2579. It's not great. Need to stack those hay bales, straw bales rather, sorry. I've got one odd loose hay bale in there. But at least I got them out the rain. That was the end of the previous episode. Want to get the straw up before it got too wet. If we do that, let's just check up on. So the pigs aren't too bad. Oh right, okay. So we need to sort the sheep out a bit. They need some food. They need some water. Chickens need some wheat. Cows need some straw. Frustrates me a little bit that the grass is supposed to be effectiveness 25%, but they don't seem to be eating it, which I find a bit weird. And they're getting low on hay and silage, which is fine. And then you can, yeah. We'll wait for the hay silage to go down a bit more first, and then we'll make some TMR. See what happens with that grass. Right. Well, I'll tell you what. While we're here. Actually, I tell you what we could do. While we're here, I'm going to move one stack of these straw bales. And we'll get to that odd hay bale. It's a little bit tight in here. So what's that, Kyle? If you want to call something Grizzly Mountain, you start from scratch. Yeah, that would be quite cool. Take a long time though, but yeah, Grizzly Mountain. And what was that? Was it Wilhelmina Forest? There's another one you have to do that. It's just all forest, and you have to clear spaces before you can start doing things. It is quite a cool idea. I haven't done a lot of forestry on 19, I have to say it yet. It's fair to say I'm not very good at it, because I'm doing all live streams these days. It takes quite a long time. Fingers crossed. There we go. So I'll tell you what, actually, that odd straw bale that's next, how about we take that off. See if I can get it in there, or I'll put it to one side, perhaps. No, not got it yet. Not even close. Ooh, I do hate the way the next stat wobbles. Right, put that over here. And then we can use that with the straw blower in a little bit. Then we'll take this odd hay bale and go and give it to the sheep. May as well. Oh, really? Doesn't... Oh, actually, you know what? I don't know. I think it might do. I can't remember. There was an update for it this week. Was it Wilhelmina there was an update for? I think there might be. If you look at the description on the mod hub, I think Wilhelmina might have sell points for crops as well. I think the thing with it, if I remember rightly from Mr. CDP's first look, I think the thing with it was that you had to basically clear a path through the woods, through the forest, through the trees to get there, or something. Right, so it was pretty, you know, you really had to work it to start it. Pretty sure that was Wilhelmina Forest, I could be wrong, to be fair. The new map that came out the other day looked quite nice. Was it Mini-Brunn? That looked pretty cool. Oh, look at that. If I hadn't already started Agrotruck, I'd probably do that as a small machinery map. Mind you, it's nowhere near as small as Agrotruck actually, which is interesting. Might regret leaving those pallet forks down there, because we're not going to get that many straw bales, are we? At some point I'll need to take some straw up to the pigs, but actually they've probably got enough to last them for now. And then that's when I wasn't planning on doing this. I was going to do those first few. How did that hay bale impact on the sheep? A little bit actually. One more would fill them completely, wouldn't it? But that's okay. And actually they're low on water, so actually as well would make sense. I needed to move the hook lift. I wonder if and the answer is yes. Tricky to see, not much space. Right, I'll leave those two at the bottom there nicely. Pick up these four, lift them up, stack them on top. Oh, interesting. Okay, I hadn't really, to be fair, sort of noticed that. Is that right? They all sort of in one place. Yeah, you're right, that's not so good. You want maps where, that was the one thing that put me off from the horse aggravation map, although I love that map, was the fact that, yeah, all the sell points are all down in one corner of the map. And so you spend a lot of time driving to the same place. Yeah, I know what you mean. Kind of want them spread out a bit so you get the opportunity to travel around the map. Bit of variety. Right. There we go, little job done. So if I get, now that I'm going to run out of space again. Looks like the rain symbol's gone. Looks like we'll get some sunshine and dry weather soon, which is better for sowing than the wet. Right, this is going to be a bit tricky in this space. Yeah, exactly. No, I agree. So I can get this reasonably well lined up, otherwise it's going to cause us issues, I think. Let's see if I can. Hello. There we go. It's already full. Dope. Where am I going? Sheep. They do have sell points. Oh, what, a Wilhelmina? Cool. I think it might only be one. At least only one general crop one anyway. But yeah, it's sort of set up as a You can farm, but you've just got to do a shared load of forestry first. Go water the sheep. Help, wouldn't it? There we go. They didn't take much. How are the cows for water actually while we're here? They're not bad actually. They're not bad. So ranch, spinnery, a barn, and yeah, sawmill. Yeah, absolutely. So pretty much one of each of the things you need. That's pretty good actually, so you really can do everything. Of course, because you can place absolutely anything, absolutely anywhere. It's pretty cool. Oh, is that right? Is that the sell points Grizzly's got? Yeah, I don't look at Grizzly Mountain. Grizzly Mountain's the one with the really narrow path going all the way up to the top of the mountain, right? That looks pretty cool. Certainly getting a good variety of maps. So I'd say I thought we were a bit lacking small maps, proper small field, small maps. But Oberkrabak has sort of fixed that, and then we've got that new one that came out this week. Is the rain's going to stop? I suppose we are in Scotland. Actually, there's quite a lot of grey cloud about still. Right, that's empty. How are we doing? Oh, close enough. Gonna hit that. It's not going to be pretty, but it's going to be in. May as well tie this up, that was a bit in the way earlier. Nice. Right, okay. What I'll do while I'm here, just have it lined up. I'm not going to do this now, but I'll just bring that forward, pull it across. Take the straps off, and then that's all ready. Yes, I really like Greenwich Valley. I'm hoping they'll bring it to console in the end, because it does look really, really good, and it would probably be my, you know, I'm quite happy playing Petervill at the moment, but at some point I'll move to another map. Actually, let's do this. And we'll just nip up to the pigs and give them a tidy up. Yes, at some point I'll want to move on from lovely Petervill and see what other maps there are on at the moment. There's nothing that takes my fancy that would be a good replacement for this one, but Greenwich Valley would absolutely fit that bill. That one, and this is Ireland, also looks lovely. So we could move from Scotland to Ireland, which would be quite fun. But yeah, just don't know if they're going to come out console yet. So Greenwich Valley's the one that's in the mod contest, wasn't it? And he did say that he might bring it to console if he could after the contest, but I haven't heard any more since. I haven't really looked, to be honest. Probably getting to the point where we need to sell some pigs again, actually. So I did off screen, I talked about this last time because I forgot it when I went to pick up this tractor. I forgot to pick up the homemade IBC, and I went and got it, and I used it once to make sure the tractor could take the weight. And it stopped raining because it just started again. Or did it not stop? Am I just getting immune to it now because it's done nothing but? Yeah, I wasn't sure if it'd take the weight of this full, but it does. I suppose I did put the front weight on. Great little tractor this. Its other advantage is it's small, and getting around this yard is a bit tricky. Silo tip out bit, you can't go off, you have to ride off the ledge. Yes, I agree. It's sort of taken a, yeah, it is a bit of a bad point. It's sort of taken a bog standard silo and put it in a place where you can't drive off the ramp at the end. Yeah, I agree. It's a bit odd. Feels a bit unfinished. The only other thing is the traffic. It's really narrow roads. The number of times I've had to get roadblocks in. This gate's a bit of a nuisance as well. It takes ages to find the fact. What I usually did, I was having this problem last time. What I did in the end was do this until I got to a point where it said maybe the fact the tractor's right there is causing it issues. Open door. No, that's the next gate along. So yeah, some of these action points. Let's move the tractor out of the way. I'll come back and do that. Oh no, wrong shed. Yeah, traffic tends to drive me nuts a bit. It's a bit, but it's probably true of all maps. It's just more noticeable on a map like this one that's got really narrow roads and narrow gates. The gates are a bit of a problem. The only other thing that I've got is a real problem, and this is not specific to this map, I don't think, is the whole header collision thing. So the gates are too narrow, and there's no real runoff point. I should have left that in the shed, but never mind. We get, yeah, there we go, there it is. Yeah, there's no real runoff point on the field, so getting a header into the field on the combine can be a little bit tricky. Right, where's our JCB? Oh, finished. How much has he done? Move across. Oh, missed out whole swathes. Right, let's get this finished then. Need to be pretty quick. Otherwise we'll have to get weed killer, and I haven't yet used weed killer. Probably about time I did, really. Get the old herbicide. I'll use it on one of my maps at some point. But yeah, I got around that, so the point... and I had a major quandary about whether I wanted to or not, but it should be done now. interesting. I used the cutter header attachment for the telehandler, and there was a lot of comment about when it came out about what it's useful for, but what it is massively useful for is getting your header on your header trailer to the field, and then using a telehandler to position your header in the field over the hedge that you can't push a header through. Because whilst you can drive a combine through a hedge, for some reason you can't get a header through a hedge. But I say I don't think that's specific to this map. I think that's a 19 thing in general. It's just a bit of a shame, really. I think, anyway, I could be wrong. That's better. So I'll come along this edge, tidy it up. Yeah, I thought it was. It's not ideal, but the cutter header adapter for telehandlers is just spot on. And you only really notice it where you've got fields that are surrounded by hedges and have very little space inside to get the header off a trailer. Or you've got particularly narrow gates, as you do on this one. It's just that, you know, because it's quite a realistically designed map, it's just really, really obvious. That's odd, it missed a bit. Oh well, fine. Oh, I know why it missed this bit. Tree collision. Yeah, and this tree, which I still need to get a chainsaw and cut back a bit. This tree on the edge of this field's a bit annoying as well, but that's just a tree. One of those things. I just need to go and buy a chainsaw and sort it out. Cut a limb off. That's it. So I'll just quickly get this finished off around this field. It shouldn't take too long. Hopefully before the next crop growth comes in. For two reasons. I haven't got narrows on this tractor at this point in time, which I probably should have done actually, and I've still got a whole other field to weed, and if I don't get it weeded before the next growth stage, then we'll have to use herbicide. But then, as I hardly ever use my sprayer, maybe that's not a bad thing. Tidy up this edge, we'll come back and do that line in a minute. Sun's finally come out, hurrah! That should be that bit all done. Yep. Let's do this corner. Bottom corner, one strip, done. Probably not the most efficient way to do it, but there you go. It is done nonetheless. Good reach. Nice. I can live with little bits on the edge, that doesn't bother me too much. Pretty minimal impact. I missed bits along here. No, I've got more. It's all good. So the only trick now is to find the line where the weeds are. Missed them. Oh yeah, I see. Perfect. It's not yet dead. It's the same at the moment. That may change soon. I got your request. At least I assume that was you. Awesome. Perfect. Right, how are we doing? We missed anything? No, look at that. Perfect. Awesome. Right, next field. Fold it up. Let's see. To go around to the other end of the field. Luckily not hitting any sheep. How old do you think I am? I have no idea. I'm not going to ask how old you think I am. I'm guessing you're probably younger than I am. But then actually I've been surprised before. Close that gate. Try not to get trapped under the unfolded weeder. Go around do the edges. Missed a few, but never mind. Nearly 12 in 5 days. Well then, happy birthday. 12 in a week. Hope you have a good day. Have you got any ideas what you're going to get? So you're a little bit older than my daughter, twice the age of my son. My daughter is currently taking her 11 plus exam, first of two, one this morning, one next Saturday, one unsociable time to do an exam. (9:15) on a Saturday morning. Oh, there we go. Ah, missed a bit. That's no good. Nope. Wrong button. There we go. That's better. How are we doing? Good. Who asked for a pet in their games? What other games do you play, Kyle? Ah, Wreckfest and Minecraft. Yeah, my son likes Minecraft, don't you? Oh wow. Yeah, then get pet, definitely. That's the problem, isn't it? A lot of games, you tend to be easy to get, oh yeah, that looks really good, but then you just find the odd few games that really just suck you in. Like Farming Simulator, which is pretty much all I play, though I've got tons of other stuff. I even started another channel just to try and give me the opportunity to do other games, and I still end up just playing this. So I do Train Sim World as well, and that's on the channel. I try and do that once a week. That's my Friday evening thing, if I'm at home. But mostly that's what I play. Right, hopefully that'll be enough. We'll leave a worker to do that. It stopped raining. So now we can grab... Actually, you know what, we can take that out of here, it doesn't need to be in here anymore. Don't leave the engine running, that's better. What I should have done, of course, was pulled it out while it was raining. That would have helped. Right, so let's put this in here. Looks like I've left a light on. Missed it. Oh, don't get stuck. You know that annoys me. Ugh. Well, if I unfolded it actually. There we go. That's better. Can't see. Looks clear, fingers crossed. Bit of a blind exit. Now then, what are we going to put in this field? Oh, that's cool, Kyle. Good for you. Oh well, I hope you do it. I'd love to have done that. I really wish I'd known. But that's great. Good for you. Yes, I am. I am indeed. Right, what should we sow? Workers missed a bit. How are we doing crop-wise? Fine for corn. You know, wheat wouldn't be a bad idea. We're getting a bit low. Or barley. Wheat prices are generally higher. We'll do barley. Okay. Let's start up here. Yeah, it's probably a bit late for me to go to start a change of career and go into farming, sadly, though I have got a tractor certificate, I suppose, driver certificate, what do you call it? I forget exactly what it's called. I took myself off for a 2-day training course, which was loads of fun. Maybe it'll be a retirement thing. I'll just do a bit of casual work. It's not an easy career, but certainly very rewarding. And certainly in need. I don't think there's enough people going into it. Hope they bring GPS to it. Yeah, that would be really helpful, wouldn't it? Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm rubbish at straight lines. Some of these fields, of course, it doesn't actually matter that much. And I tend to, if I'm streaming it, I tend to, at least some of the time, I'll just sort of do headlands and then leave workers to it. It just depends on how much stuff there is that needs doing, really. Also, it seems to depend on the equipment, how easy it is. Keep saying I should change my seeder. We should have a look and see what we can find. So I've had this one since I started on Marwell. What's my job? I work in business consulting, to all intents and purposes, in a very specialist area. It has its moments. But I think it's fair to say I'm definitely an outdoors person, so kind of wish it's very difficult though to know what to do when you're young. So if you've got a desire to do something, give it a go, I'd say. Do one more edge, hopefully filling this in alright. Yeah, that's not too bad. We'll go up and round, and then I'll do an extra row at the top, just because usually that's where the worker misses bits. Then we'll leave him to it and we'll see how he gets on. And then we'll go see what's happening with the other helper, who allegedly is blocked. And I suppose I don't know, it must be an hour and 10 minutes in or so. Probably about time to call it a halt in the next 5-10 minutes. But go and get on with something slightly more useful. Oh, that's pretty cool. Well, that's certainly a useful thing, and certainly useful if you want to go into agriculture, learn how to fix things. I also find it's a good general skill, just having that sense of, you know, analysing what the issues are and figuring out the problem to get the fix. It's a very useful thing that you can do for all sorts of stuff. And one of those things that I actually do quite well. Wish I'd done something practical, but there you go. Right, so if I get a work... Oh, I missed a bit. What were we talking about? Straight lines? Oh yeah, just about see it. Not even that. Hey, Sarg, how's it going? Just finishing off a little here. There we go. Fingers crossed, workers should be alright. Right, let's go see what's going on with our worker on the JCB. Goodness, I always scroll the wrong way. Ah. Okay. Well, how much has he done? He must be near finished, surely. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I know that problem. I saw you put a video up on a new map. I should have a look at it and see. Unfortunately, of course, it's on PC, not console, but take a look. Was it the old country or something? How's that? Yay, just a couple of spots. Old Country Life, that was it, yeah. Yeah, I need to take a look at that. I would like to see new maps. Though generally I get disappointed because they don't come out on console. Mind you, to be fair, there's way more maps than I can possibly keep up with, regardless. There was a little patch down in this corner. And we are done weeding. We're done weeding. There it is, you can see them. Perfect, and all done before crop growth goes to the next stage. Excellent. There was an odd little patch down here. We're going to go straight past it. Very stupid not to do it, wouldn't it? Oh, cool. Mark 4 Escort. I drove a Mark 1 Escort once on a rally, so was it Mark 1 or Mark 2? Escort on a rally stage once, it was brilliant. An RS Cosworth, well, now you're talking. The Austin Peanut. Austin Peanut? That's a typo, right? Yeah, well, that happens. Don't I know it? I've already had one crash today. Look, I can even close gates without looking. Magic. except for that one up at the pig farm. Just that trigger just doesn't quite get it. Dry park's far away. This one goes inwards from this direction. Oh wow, that's a pretty serious crash. I just lost a few egg boxes. Nothing quite so dramatic, that was pretty annoying. Had to get a roadblock in place. No, too close. There we go. Right. Can I ever get the right way to get to the right tractor? Here we go. How's he doing? Oh, looking good. Right, what else needs doing? Oh, we could... Oh, I did say actually, yeah, let's sell those oats. What are the other prices up to? Con's going... Will's holding. Ooh. And it's holding at 1891. Actually, that's not too bad. I'd say we'll sell these oats then. Where is... the Massey? There it is. So once again, I'm going to move this out the way. But actually I can put those on from the other side, so that's alright. Let's go sell oats, and I think I'll have to call it a day, unfortunately. Damn, I'm having fun. It feels like I'm making a bit of progress. Lots of jobs done. We'll go sell these oats. And I think what I'll do is off screen I'll get those egg pallets off, get them in the egg box area, and then I'll get the trailer loaded up with the wool pallets so that if the wool holds or goes higher, we're ready to sell. You can always lose track of time, hey Sarg. Is it Sarg or is it Sarge? I keep forgetting to ask. I'm assuming it's Sarg, but I don't know how you can tell me that over chat. That car, fine, just about make it. We'll see if we can shift that odd box of eggs that's left, see if it'll sell this time. Oh, it is Sarge, okay. Yep, that was definitely the best way to tell me. Yep, of course, the army rank. No, oh, you are going that way. Okay, fine. Well, that's good because it means you're holding up the traffic coming from the right. We're getting a bit low on fuel and need to put this in the workshop. Massey gets a lot of use. No worries, Kyle. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time. Good to chat. There we go, yet more crops going in. Nice. Money's going up. And helper deer has completed their task, but has he? No, he hasn't. Well, that's fine, I can finish that off. Another 48 grand of harvest income. Lovely. Right, let's get this out of the way. And see if we can sell this last box of eggs. Persuade it to go. Oh no. I hate that. Microphone problems. Recording and finding out it's not worked, etc, etc. No worries, Sarge. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello. I think I'm going to stop in a second anyway. I'll see you next time. Yep, it looks like we're going to get rid of these eggs still. Oh, there we go. Hurrah. Hurrah. Mission accomplished. Right. Well, I'll take this back to the yard, and I think we'll call it a day. So I'll get that field finished off screen, and get some slurrying done, I think. Cheers, Sarge. And yeah, see what else there is to do. Maybe do a little bit more seeding. I say I'll get the walls stacked up on the trailer ready to sell, and we're ready for the next one, which may not be now until next weekend. I'm planning, if I get a chance to do a stream tomorrow, I'll plan to do some washo. Ugh, I've done all the prep I needed to do. Two time-lapse videos out. So yeah, plan to do a stream on washo tomorrow. Hopefully get a chance to do some more Agrotruck soon. And yeah, hopefully back on Petervill next weekend. But anyway, in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Likes and subscriptions very much appreciated. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.